Welcome to Community Connect. My name is Dennis Threadgill, and here I have with me Kelly Larson from Sweet Temptations.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for being here.
Of course.
So today we're going to talk a little bit about the Chamber and what it has done for you and your business.
I love the Chamber. I'm thrilled that you asked me to talk about it because I think it's really taken my business to a whole nother level. We joined the Chamber right after we started Sweet Temptations. So we started Sweet Temptations in 1999, so it was probably the early 2000s. And I joined because I really looked at the organization like it was the go-to organization in town. They seemed to have a lot of things going on, and I thought I wanted to be a part of it. And selfishly, I wanted to learn a little bit more about our community and learn a lot more about the people who belonged to the Chamber and what they did.
Good. So as a small business owner, it was a huge benefit for you.
Oh my gosh, yes, right away.
Yeah.
A lot of our business, people don't realize this, we sell a lot of ice cream, but I also sell a lot of corporate gifts. And so the selfish part of me joined the Chamber to, again, build those corporate connections. And it was very beneficial to me, but the funny thing was learning about what they did and then wanting to be a part of the process, because I do feel like they're the organization that bridges not only all of our business connections, but our political ones, you know, all of our communities. It's the organization that has a foothold in all of them.
And then you were also part of the chair, right?
I was the chair of the board for, everyone has a year term. I loved that position because, and especially being on the board, you got to see the Chamber at work on a whole nother level. It's really amazing, again, how many things that they do for our communities.
So tell me, what was the biggest aha moment being on the board?
You know, that's a really great question, because being a part of a board or an organization, you see the things that they do, but you don't realize how hard it is to get some of those things accomplished. My biggest aha moment would probably be to say, oh my gosh, you know, we want to do this, and it took 10 years to do it. The recreational, I've been on a task force. There's been a lot of talk in our community, should we build a big sports complex, or, you know, should, you know, Nora and the Y and, you know, SLARA, you know, how do those organizations work together, and to try to build a platform where everyone can come together. I think the Chamber does a really, really good job of being that connector. They
really know everybody in the community. They've got a pulse on everything, so they're really the people you can go to for your answers.
Exactly.
Yeah, in businesses. Now, you're a small business owner, but large businesses are involved with it as well?
Exactly, and all sorts of different kinds of businesses. Like, there are retailers like myself, there are a lot of service industries, manufacturers. The manufacturers have a group called the Manufacturers Roundtable, and they also do, there are so many other ways to get involved and to grow your own business, from the networking, the leads group where you meet once a week and you get to know the people around you. There's bashes and early bird breakfasts, and you know, there's many
tons of different programs.
Exactly.
No matter where you are with your business.
Exactly. And one of the big things with the manufacturers that they do, they have a really great education partnership with so if you want to think more of like a STEM program, the Chamber has coordinated groups to solve problems for businesses, and it's always really exciting when the kids actually do come up with a solution.
Sure, and they're getting that real world experience. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's some of the feedback the Chamber heard was, the manufacturers saw new applicants and they didn't have the skill set that they necessarily wanted, and so they tried to do this partnership to say, okay, let's teach these skills and see what happens.
What would you say to a business that is not sure if they want to join the Chamber? There is a monetary commitment. It's not that large.
It's a few $100s.
Yes.
I just got my fee statement, and there's too many numbers in my head. I wish I could remember what it was,
Sure.
But I think it's really worth it. the opportunities that you have in terms of not only networking, but to build our better community. I think we are so lucky to live in a community like we do that we have the obligation to give back. And the chamber is not a service club or but it's a how do you get to know your neighbor better, and what kind of gifts do you have that you can pair with someone else. And
Sure, and they're really helping businesses grow.
Exactly.
Yeah, no matter-
Economic, and we haven't talked at all about economic development, and but that's a whole big side of the chamber as well, and trying to attract the right kind of manufacturers, and not necessarily retailers, but that we're all part of this local economy, and they care about us all.
We're going to wrap up shortly, but tell me a little bit about your business and the success of it.
Well, oh goodness, thank you. We own 4 ice cream stores. We started with, excuse me, just one, Temptations on Chinook Pier. It was my first job when I was 15, and my parents bought it when I was in college. I came back to work with them when we had the opportunity to buy scoops, and the next 10 years or so is when we learned how to make ice cream and kind of grouped our candy making operations together. I told you, the chamber to help grow my corporate gift side of the world, because there are 2 very separate businesses, this ice cream and then the retail.
So, young business owner or somebody who, an entrepreneur, wants to start a business, not sure if it's the right thing for them. You were young when you started. Can you give them some tips?
I think you have to put yourself out there. I think the more involved you are and the more active you are, you know where to go and who to talk to and who to. It's not the what, it's the who. Isn't that what they say? Who is it that you? I have a problem. You don't need to figure it out. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You need to find out who already did it. And
Sure. And the chamber is great at that. There's a
They
lot of
really
times
are.
I'll give them a call and have questions, and the staff there, they have the answers.
Yeah, and
Or
if they don't, they know who to call.
Exactly.
And who to do it that way. But they've certainly been very instrumental in our success as well, just because of the opportunities that they've provided.
Great. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for all that you've put into the community
Thank you.
in the chamber, so we appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for watching Community Connect. We'll see you next time.
Quality and craftsmanship are at the heart of every sweet we craft, guaranteeing each tempting treat delights the taste buds and gratifies the soul. Sweet Temptations, homemade indulgences that instantly delight and ignite your senses. So whether you need an exceptional gift for someone special or just want to treat yourself, step into Sweet Temptations today and experience the taste of pure bliss. 621 Miller Drive in Grand Haven or at sweet-temptations.com.
Rui Homes has been connecting people to their perfect home since 2003. Whether it's your first home, family is starting to grow, or time for retirement, Dave and Stacy's expertise find the home for you and your family. Dave Rui Homes.